Modern Warfare 3 beta has finally wrapped up, I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering whether you should buy the game when it full releases on November 8th. After playing over 20 hours of the beta this last weekend, I'm gonna go ahead and give you my pros and cons so that you can make an educated and informed decision on whether to buy the game or not. Let's start with the pros. What I do like is the movement. Slide canceling, reloading while moving, calling in score streaks while moving, those are all back. Basically, they reduce a lot of penalties to movement that we had in the last game, so this feels a lot more fluid, crisp. We're back to sliding around the map, outplaying people, breaking cameras, and that's awesome. The game just feels good. Every day that I got playing more and more, I felt like my movement got better and better, and that was really rewarding and fun. The maps are awesome. They're bringing back the old school Modern Warfare 2 maps, so we got to play High Rise, Estate, Skid Row, Rust. They were all awesome. There's a lot of nostalgia in playing these maps again, and they're releasing every single map from that game when Modern Warfare 3 releases. My only concern there is, are there going to be any new maps at all? I do love those maps, but they might get stale, and it does feel a little lazy, sort of a cop-out to not release any new maps at all. If you feel like you have problems or complaints about the maps, those are most likely spawn-based, which we'll get to later, and not necessarily issues with the maps. If the spawns are fixed and improved, the maps will play out well. The guns have a modern feel to them and are satisfying to shoot. Unless you're like a history nerd or something, there's really no reason for old school Call of Duty weapons, in my opinion. I'm more of a modern guy. I like using modern weapons that feel futuristic. That's just more intriguing to me. Again, nothing wrong with the history nerds. I'm just always gonna pick a more modern, futuristic feel for my weapons than the old school feel, and so I like the way that these weapons feel. The vest perk system, I think so far is a win. It's slightly new, it's interesting, there's a bit more versatility, but it's not anything crazy that changes something that wasn't broken, and I think that's a win. We will, of course, have to see upon the full game release what the rest of the perks actually look like, but the vest, boots, and gear so far seems like a W. The classic mini-map is back where red dots actually show up when you fire an unsuppressed weapon. That's also really nice. One other thing that I enjoy is the ability to toggle between kill streaks and score streaks. Very simple, but just a nice setting, a nice addition to have in the game. All right, now let's jump over to the cons. Here are some of my dislikes. While movement is solid, there are some areas for improvement. There's no bunny hopping, which just adds an element of outplayability. It doesn't have to be a crazy bunny hop where you can do it 3, 4, 5 times, but just a singular additional bunny hop would give a little extra movement and a little extra outplayability, which I think is a win, so I would like to see that added. Dropshot also feels a little slow. Let me know if you guys experience that as well. I just feel like it's a little clunky, and sometimes when you drop, it doesn't feel smooth, and sometimes just doesn't really feel that smooth. Snaking is also back, which is fine, I suppose, but I just kind of am wondering, is it really needed? Curious to get comments on your guys' thoughts here. I just feel like it's sort of a unnecessary mechanic, but hey, I'll use it, you'll use it, it is there. Now, one of the biggest issues is spawns. Spawns are awful. They don't really seem team or objective based. It's almost as if map control doesn't matter at all. It's not as if when you're playing domination, you have 2 flags and they have 1. They're just gonna spawn near the 3rd flag and they're hard to flip. They'll spawn in all 4 corners of the map. There's not really any rhyme or reason to it in the beta, and that seems very odd. I think they are aware of this and are planning to fix it, but that is a big concern and a big issue. Another big issue is visibility. Too many times you won't be able to differentiate between your teammates and your enemies, and that's a huge issue. You'll just be running around and your teammate will start shooting you, or you'll see a teammate and you'll start shooting them. It's just like, what the heck is going on? Or even worse, you'll see an enemy, think it's a teammate, you'll look the other way, they'll start shooting at you, you'll look back and have to start shooting at them. It's just not clear. We need a little bit more indication on your teammates versus the enemies, as well as better visibility overall. The hit detection also feels a little inconsistent. That could be connection based and SBMM based, but I think that's more of an issue with the beta. I noticed that last year in the MW3 beta as well, and they ended up fixing it, or at least seemingly fixed it in the full release of the game. So I'm not super concerned, but if that remains, that will definitely be an issue, because there are some times where I feel like I would be beaming people, sometimes where I feel like I wasn't beaming people, they'd be beaming me, vice versa. It was just a little bit inconsistent, and you do want to see that improved. And hopefully they don't worsen your connection based on SBMM. No one wants to see that. Attachments. This is better than MW2, where you had to rank up a bunch of different guns to unlock the attachments on the gun that you actually wanted to use, but you still have to do that a bit, which is just annoying, unnecessary. Let me just level up the gun that I want to use and get the attachments for that weapon. Teammates' footsteps are also too loud. That's just annoying. They need to be quieted. They need to be lessened, or just change the audio cue so you can noticeably tell if it's your teammates or an enemy. Hipfire also seems a little weird. This could just be me. Maybe I'm a bot. It just seems clunky every once in a while. Health regeneration is also very slow. I'd like to see this buff so it's faster. especially with the longer TTK. It can be hard to challenge multiple people if the first guy hurts you a bit. You have to do a lot of damage to kill the second guy when you're a bit weak, and that makes it a bit challenging for outplaying. I'm okay with the higher TTK. Let's just make the health regen a little faster. Score streaks should also have the ability to stack where you can get multiple streaks in one life. That's just a staple of Call of Duty and really should be in the game. It has been in some, it hasn't been in others. It needs to be there in this one. In terms of the game modes, let's see what they actually have upon release. Maybe Demolition would be nice. The Cutthroat game mode that they had in the beta was a nice addition. I do like that, but why was it only like search and destroy style? Why no respawn version of it? We want like a Black Ops 2 multi-team style. I think that would be a nice addition. There's also this annoying glitch where when you kill someone, their red dot pops back up on the mini-map, which is just really ridiculously annoying, and so that needs to be fixed. Overall, I'm really enjoying the game. The movement is there, the guns are there, the maps are there. I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun. I grinded the beta. Ultimately, I would recommend you get this game. Obviously, that depends on your budget, your interest level. If you're kind of bored with MW2, ultimately this game is going to be better, but not significantly different. It's still a Call of Duty multiplayer at the end of the day. So if you are bored of that, no reason, in my opinion, to spend your money on this game. It isn't anything groundbreaking, but it is better, it is fun, and so I'm really enjoying it. If you played the beta, let me know what you thought of it. And if you didn't, let me know what you think of the game based on what you've seen and if you're planning to buy it. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you on the next one.